Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Thomas M. Gary Athletic Complex in Jersey City, New Jersey, as the Gothic Knights play Game 6 of a 6-game homestand, as today they take on the Bloodhounds of John Jay College in 9 innings of non-conference baseball. NJCU coming in off a 7-5 come-from-behind win over 27th-ranked St. Joseph's College in Maine on Sunday morning. The first nationally-ranked team that NJCU has knocked off since 2003, snapping a 23-game losing streak against nationally-ranked teams. NJCU is 7-7. Meanwhile, John Jay has lost their last 4. They enter with a record of 4-17. We will give you the starting lines in just a moment as we announce our first batter of the game. Leading off the shortstop, number 1, Yanni Arias. Late start getting on the air today is a huge tie-up, and the first pitch by Zach Markle is hit through the left side of the infield for a leadoff base hit. Huge tie-up on Route 440. 10 blocks are closed with down power lines due to an earlier accident, so right now not a lot of fans in attendance because they can't get to the park. So first pitch single by Arias, and that will bring up left fielder number 37, Ronald Barillas. Zach Markle, 17th career appearance today, getting his first career start. Swinging at the first pitch is Barillas, hit in the air to center field. Michael Martucci, last week's NJAC Rookie Hitter of the Week, backs up and makes the catch. 2 pitches, 1 away. The designated hitter, number 2, Brian McKenna. For John Jay, Johnny Arias leads off, plays short. He's at first base right now after the single. Ronald Barillas bats second, plays left field. Throw back to first, and Arias is in standing. Brian McKenna, the current batter, the designated hitter, bats third, with Nestor Amarante catching and the cleanup hitter. Rafael Rodriguez is the second baseman, batting fifth. Eddie Montañez is the first baseman, batting sixth. Hugo Carvalho at third base, batting seventh, with Justin Martinez batting eighth in right field, and Owen Kim on center, batting ninth. Mark Marte is their starting pitcher today. Defensive alignment for NJCU, Zach Markle, the sophomore lefty, who throws back to first, and Arias is in standing. 1-1 on the season. Markle comes in with a pretty good ERA of 2.70 on the year. He's allowed on the year just 3 earned runs and 10 hits in 10 innings. Hitting the air, right center field. Patterson's going to come over. He's going to have to take it on a hop. Arias round second. He'll go to third. And with 1 out, runners on the corners for the Bloodhounds. Catcher number 15, Nestor Amarante. Zach Markle, the sophomore left-hander, throws today to Mike Cassiano. Alex Weinstein is at first base. Kevin DeMauro, the winning pitcher on Sunday, starts again at second, and that's fouled into the bullpen area where our camera is today. Michael Martucci is the shortstop. Brian Castillo plays third. Andrew Rivera ready. Game-winning 3-run bases-clearing triple in the bottom of the 8th inning. He's in left field. Michael Patterson starts in center, and the NJAC Rookie of the Week, Matt Wagner, gets the start in right. Hit in the air, down the left field line, but it's hooking foul. And it's a 2-strike count here with a runner at third base and Arias, McKenna at first. John Jay is a team that has struggled this year offensively. Throw back to first. And McKenna's in standing. And JC will have games tomorrow and Thursday. There goes McKenna. That's fouled away. Weinstein will give chase, but it's out of play. Pitch by Markle, hit in the air, center field, not too deep. Patterson coming in, right center, makes the catch, tagging his Arias. The throw to the plate is nearly perfect. It's a little bit off to the third base side, but Cassiano was there and had the runner attempted to score from third. He went a dead duck. So the Gothic Knight outfielders have been making some great throws. Orlando Bolano, the most notable, but now Michael Patterson showing off his arm. With two away, second baseman number 12, Rafael Rodriguez. And we have a potential delayed steal here. And they got him. It's a 4-3. A 1-4-3 officially. As the delayed steal, which NJCU has tried to run this year, and St. Joseph, Maine also tried to pull off this past weekend, has McKenna out before Arias could even get halfway down the line. So it's a 1-3-6 officially, as Martucci did apply the final tag. Pete Vincent, our site supervisor, thinking the official call there. And in the first inning for John Jay, 2 hits. Nobody scores. Gothic Knights coming up. So Cots, it's a 1-3, and Martucci. Caught stealing pickoff. In the first inning for John Jay, no runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. NJCU coming up. As the delayed steal, which NJCU has tried to run this year, and St. Joseph, Maine also tried to pull off this past weekend. As McKenna out before Arias could even get halfway down the line. Short, third, no, not short, third, second, first, so it's a 1-3-6 officially, as Martucci did apply the final tag. He doesn't play short. Our site supervisor. No. Third, second, first. The official call there. So and in the first inning for John Jay, 2 hits, left field, center, and then he truly is $1 million man. So if you pitch it today, that'll be 5 out of 9. I'll tell you what, if he plays every position this year, that would be a great future. I doubt he'll ever catch it. This guy keeps on, screwing up his ankle. I doubt he'll play center. Mike Cassiano he'll play left. And Travis Haber will be in a collision. In the bullpen. Well, could play short and he could play left, but I don't think he'll play center or catcher. I'm impressed that Solano's out here. That tracker. He took Ocean Avenue. He had no choice of going left. Ocean? That's how you keep telling me. How did you get here? You just waited. Shortstop number 10, Michael Martucci. So the Gothic Knights bat here in the bottom of the first inning. John Jay stranded 2. Officially 1 as an intentional caught stealing. And strike 1 to Martucci. Ground ball towards short. Arias is there. Throw to first. Low, but dug out. No, they're saying it pulled him off the bag. Home plate umpire Harold Soroka says the throw pulled the first baseman Eddie Montañez off the bag. And as an E6 throwing error. Third baseman, number 19, Brian Bastillo. So here's your batting order today for NJCU, trying to move above 500 on the season. Martucci, who stands at first base and is a threat to steal, is followed by Brian Bastillo, the current batter and third baseman for the Gothic Knights, with Andrew Rivera, the left fielder, batting third. Alex Weinstein, the rookie first baseman, is a cleanup hitter. Rob Roman gets to start at DH, batting fifth. Michael Patterson in center field bats sixth. with Matt Wagner batting 7th and playing right field, Mike Cassiano catching and batting 8th, and Kevin DeMauro at second base batting 9th. Ground ball back to the pitcher. They throw to Arias for 1, on to first. That's a double play, and that erases Martucci, who had reached on the error, and there's now 2 away. So a 1-6-3 double play. Martucci is retired. Left fielder number 1, Andrew Rivera. Rivera, who is the runner-up for Conference Player of the Week, had 8 RBIs last week, 4 in the win over St. Joe's, as NJCU last week played 5 games and 4 of the opponents were nationally ranked. And the first pitch to Rivera is strike 1. That's a strike as well on the outside corner. And Mark Marte, starting pitcher today for John Jay, is a strike away from getting out of the first inning. He's a sophomore right-hander, 5'11", and 160 pounds from New York City. 0-2 pitch. And that's lined towards second base. On a bounce, Rodriguez throws on the first, and NJCU goes in order here in the first inning. 1-2-3, got the Knights retired. We head to the second inning, scoreless between NJCU and John Jay. Second baseman number 12, Rafael Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, who was stranded at the plate when the delayed double steal was ineffective, will lead off, and he takes a strike 1 from Markle. Rodriguez, a freshman from the Bronx, New York, Urban Assembly School for Careers in Sports High School. It's a mouthful. Popped up. Mike Cassiano will give it a look, but it's fouled out of play, and Alex Weinstein races through the John Jay players watching the game behind the backstop, try to make the catch, and won't make too many friends that way. Had Weinstein caught it, it would not have counted, as that is considered the dugout there. It's a dead ball. But it's 0-2 here to Rodriguez, who leads off the scoreless second inning. Ground ball, too low for Markle. Diving is Martucci, but it's a single up the middle. That's where no one could get it. Martucci did a great job of covering ground, but there's just no way he was going to get there in time. So another leadoff single by John Jay, and we'll see if they're able to capitalize. First baseman, number 3, Eddie Montañez. Montañez, a freshman, 5'9", 175 pounds from Staten Island, New York. Shows a bunt. It's a sacrifice. Castillo bobbles, throws to first. It's in time. Sacrifice is effective. Kevin DeMauro was covering, so it's a 5-4. We do have just one umpire right now, because, and it's Harold Soroka, as Joseph DiCrescenzo is stuck in this massive traffic jam. Ground ball down the third baseline. Basilio dives, but it gets by him. Rodriguez will stop at third as Rivera got there quickly and cut it off on the line. but it's a single for Carvalho. On the first pitch he saw today is John Jay is hacking at a lot of first pitches, and they have had success early on now with 4 hits. Right fielder, Justin Martinez. So 1 out, runners on the corners. Double play will get the Gothic Knights out of this inning, but first pitch to Martinez is high. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Carvalho at first, Rodriguez at third. It's scoreless. That's tie. It's 2-1. Last year, these teams played a game for the ages, one of the highest scoring games in Division III history. A game NJCU trailed 11-0, as that is low for ball 3, before rallying to win. The game played in Brooklyn, New York, 26-21. NJCU scored 3 in the 6th after scoring 7 in the 4th, made it a 14-11 game. Swing and a miss, and the counter is full. They finally took the lead with 6 runs in the 8th inning and then 8 runs in the 9th, and had a 26-17 lead before John Jay scored 4 in the bottom of the 9th to fall by 5. The 21 runs in that game, the 13th most by a losing team all time. Martinez walks, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. Center fielder number 7, Owen Kimmel. So the Gothic Knights find themselves in an early jam here in the 2nd inning against a team that has lost 10 of their last 12 games. And that's high to Kimmel. Kimmel, a 5'11" freshman from New York City. Batting 158 on the season. That's a called strike, curveball belt high. He has actually no RBIs on the season. 3 hits, 19 at bats, 1 run scored. Swing and a miss as he's fooled by the outside curveball that was off the plate by probably about 12 to 18 inches at the tail end of that. And it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Markle whips Kimmel for the 2nd out. Just the 5th strikeout of the season for Markle, but it came in a big spot. Now 2 away for the shortstop, number 1, Yanni Arias. Arias, the leadoff batter in the lineup. He singled to start the game before being stranded at third on the failed delayed double steal. Throw back to second base, and diving in is Carvalho. 2 hits and a walk this inning. Singles by Rodriguez and Carvalho with a walk by Martinez. The bases are full of bloodhounds, and they can sniff the early lead if they can get either a walk or a base hit here. Slower, a roller in front of the mound, and this time Zach Markle is able to get off for the throw to first, and the bases are left full. Reminiscent of the game against Newman on Tuesday when Markle stumbled coming off the mound, and we gave it a hit, although it could have been a fielding error by the pitcher. This time Markle cleanly gets off the mound, makes the short throw, and the Gothic Knights and John Jay, no score, after 1.5. The Gothic Knight freshman Alex Weinstein to lead off. First pitch, ground ball. Rodriguez throws high. So Weinstein reaches on the error. Second error that NJCU's reached on to lead off an inning today. Designated hitter number 11, Rob Roman. So nobody out. Weinstein at first and Rob Roman, who did not play on Sunday, returns to the lineup today, batting .341, and he takes a strike one. Swing and a miss inside. And it's 0-2 to Roman, who is tied for second on the team with 10 RBIs. 14 for 41 overall in the year, 7 runs scored. Weinstein with the narrow lead off first base. Low. And it's 1-2. Again, we have just one umpire right now. Harold Soroka. Route 440 continues to be closed for a 10-block stretch between Carbon Place and Kellogg due to down power lines. That is a balk on the pitcher Marte as he stumbled coming off the mound, did not release the ball. No pitch. And that can be submitted to the not top 10. Now Weinstein now in scoring position. That's outside. It's 2-2. Roman will be followed by Patterson and Wagner. Two-two pitch. Chopper foul off the middle of the bat. Right off the tar, above the handle. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes. NJCU has allowed John Jay to have 4 runners on, but they've all been stranded through 2 innings. Swing and a miss as Roman chases the high fastball. first strikeout by Marte. And with one out, that brings up the center fielder, number 28, Michael Patterson. Ira Thor with you here live from the Thomas M. Garrity Athletic Complex in Jersey City. Margie Alfano on camera today for us in the third base side bullpen. And first pitch to Patterson is low. Patterson's been hitting above 400 for most of the years, in a mini slump right now, but he's still 15 for 50 on the year with 8 RBIs and 10 runs scored. As he goes over to have a quick talk with head coach Jerry Smith. Jerry Smith's Gothic Knights have 7 wins through 14 games after last year's squad went 10-28. Smith in his first year as head coach of the Gothic Knights after a 9-year successful high school coaching career that included a state championship. In the dirt, bounces away from the catcher Emirante. Weinstein will easily go to third. He thought about home, but he will stay there. And now with a runner at third base and a 2-0 count, we'll see if Patterson gets a pitch that he can drive. Patterson on the year has 1 extra base hit. 2 balls, no strikes. Marte dealing to the junior biology major from Piscataway. And it's high. What is it? Oh, man. So basically, you need to find a new major. 3 balls, no strikes. Marte deals. And that's outside. So Patterson walks on 4 pitches. Runners on the corners for NJCU, and that will bring up the conference's rookie hitter of the week. The right fielder, number 32, Matt Wagner. Wagner, who's also selected as the New Jersey Collegiate Baseball Association Rookie Hitter of the Week, so 2 awards for him. Same awards that Michael Martucci won the previous week. Wagner, who missed the final 2 games of the St. Joe's series with a bad cut. And he looked at a first pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Wagner, third on the team with a .360 batting average. 4 RBIs, 10 runs scored. He has 3 doubles, including 2 in the win over St. Joe's of Brooklyn last Thursday. An 11-4 victory for the Gothic Knights. Throw back to first, and diving in is Patterson. He started that dive really early. A 1 pitch. And it's 1-1. After today, NJCU tomorrow will play a 6 p.m. game against Lehman College in the Bronx. If you're a left-handed hitter, a.k.a. Andrew Rivera, there is a right field wall there that is about 270 feet. And it's a line drive, base hit to the left side. Weinstein scores. Patterson will stop at second as the ball was played quickly by the left fielder Bareilles, but it's an RBI single for Matt Wagner, his 5th RBI of the year, and the Gothic Knights have taken a 1-0 lead. The run by Weinstein, of course, is unearned as he reached on an error. The catcher, number 41, Mike Cassiano. Cassiano's average now up to 167. When I say up, it was down to about 125 before he had a hit against St. Joe's. And in a short season, a couple of hits can quickly help your average climb and also have it fall if you go into a slump. Chopper towards shortstop. Third baseman will make the play. The throw by Carvalho is in time for the second out as Wagner and Patterson both advance. Not a sacrifice, but effective nonetheless. Two away now, and that brings up the second baseman, number 20, Kevin DeMoro. DeMoro, who was just 1 for 7 on his career before with 2 outs against St. Joe's, snuck a single over the first base bag to score the first run during that 4-run rally in the bottom of the 8th inning. He then got the victory as he had started the game at second base, moved to right field, and then came on in the 8th inning as the pitcher. So, helped his own cause. And he leads the New Jersey Athletic Conference as a freshman. Perfect ERA in 8.2 innings of work. One of 3 players in the league who've reached the minimum number of innings pitched that still has a flawless ERA. Swings and misses at the pitch in the dirt. And it's 0-2, and Marte is a strike away from getting out of this inning. Bottom of the second inning here in Jersey City, NJCU against John Jay. Bloodhounds have a 4-1 edge in hits, but the Knights lead on the scoreboard. It's 1-0. 0-2 pitch. Just off the plate. And it's 1-2. DeMoro was our school's nomination for the Rookie Pitcher of the Week this week. That's fouled off to our right. An award-winning couple weeks for a number of teams, with Martucci and Wagner winning in baseball. Rebecca Satz was the NJAC Hitter of the Week a week ago. Bezar Slani, who was a 5-time Skyline Conference Rookie of the Week in men's volleyball, including last week, upped it this week. He was named the Skyline's Player of the Week. First time a freshman has ever been named the Skyline Player of the Week. That's off the plate. When you lead in every category, offensively, that's what happens. Jennifer Dono of the bowling team was named second team All-Northeast Conference. Sonia Chirac was named to the All-NEC rookie team. As bowling finished third in the Northeast Conference Championship. 2-2 pitch. DeMoro, slow roller back to the mound, backhanded by Marte. The throw to first is in time, and the inning comes to a close. So the 1-3 ground ball ends the inning as Wagner and Patterson are left on base, and NJCU scores 1 run. It was unearned, 1 hit after a leadoff error. 2 left on base. After 2, it's 1-0. In the second inning for the Gothic Knights, 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on after 2 innings. It's 1-0 NJCU. The left fielder, number 37, Ronald Barillas. Third inning here in Jersey City. Gothic Knights have a 1-0 lead over the Bloodhounds, and Ronald Barillas, the left fielder, takes ball 1. He popped out to shortstop. He was the first out in the first inning. Off the plate, it's 2-0. Zach Markle entering with a 1-1 record on the year, his 6th appearance, 17th of his career, first career start. Him and Pedro Garcia That's inside. 3-0. Who have been left-handed relievers for the first years of their careers, now called upon to be spot starters as well this year in non-conference action. That's called strike. And their need to start has been exasperated by the injury to Delio Catino. Hit in the air, deep to left field. Rivera, though, will have a play on it and makes the catch. 1 away. The designated hitter, number 2, Brian McKenna. McKenna singled in the first inning as well. He came into the game second on the club with a .322 batting average. And first pitch is strike 1. John Jay this year has been outscored 211 to 77. Hit in the air, left center field. Patterson comes in. It's going to fall in front of him for a base hit. And McKenna is 2 for 2. Catcher, number 15, Nestor Emirante. Now, it hasn't been as big in the hit department as first pitch is a ball by Markle. They've scored 77 runs, but they've had 147 hits. So they are making contact. They're hitting .250 as a team. John Jay's opponents, though, are hitting an incredible .350. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes. John Jay came into this game with a staff ERA of a colossal 10.09. Opposition 3.28. As a strike by Markle. Two on pitch inside. And it's 3-1 to Emirante, who flew out to center field in the first inning. 3 balls and 1 strike. McKenna at first with 1 out. Ground ball, base hit over third base and down the line. McKenna will stop at second as Andrew Rivera once again got to the ball very quickly and limits Emirante to a single. That's the second time in this game that they've had a single that dribbled over the third base bag, and each time Rivera has gotten to the ball very quickly. Second baseman, number 12, Rafael Rodriguez. Rodriguez singled in the second inning. And now John Jay has 6 hits versus just 1 for the Gothic Knights. And, NJCU has been a team this year that has started slowly in games, but they've gotten their bats off, especially in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings this year. And against a team like John Jay, though, with a high ERA, you want to try to alleviate that. We're going to have a pickoff at first, but Weinstein could not hold. The throw to third is bouncing over the head of Bastillo. And that's going to be an error on Weinstein for failing to hold the ball on a pickoff. So it's an E3 muff throw on McKenna and give an assist to Markle. Pitch that's hit in the air. Not deep, and it's caught at second base by DeMoro on the pop-up. What was the count? No, I couldn't. Can't have So 2 away, that brings up Montañez, the first baseman, and Eddie swings at the first pitch, and it's probably going to drop, and it does for a single into left center field. The throw to the plate is in time as McKenna scores, but Amarante, who tried to score all the way from first base, is gunned down at the plate. An aggressive play there by head coach Dan Palumbo, sending Amarante. But John Jay does get even. It's a single to left center and the third outfield assist of the season as the inning comes to a close. Single left center, RBI. In the third inning for John Jay, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left. Back here, bottom of the third inning, and the Gothic Knights trying to answer as John Jay scored once in the top of the third, and it's a 1-1 game, but John Jay has a 7-1 edge in hits right now. The shortstop, number 10, Michael Martucci. Martucci, the leadoff batter for the Gothic Knights in the lineup, will bat for the second time. He reached on an error, 1 of 2 committed by John Jay. That came in the first inning. First pitch of Martucci is high. Martucci now hitting .349 on the season. Second year of college baseball, but he's a freshman eligibility-wise because he was injured after 5 games as a pitcher only at St. Peter's College, the Division I program last year, and got a medical hardship. Ground ball towards second base. Rodriguez on a high hop was able to gather. The throw is low, and it's in time. This is a difficult job for the home plate umpire, Harold Soroka, having to make these calls from an odd angle and have to quickly get out from behind home plate to get in the field to be able to judge these. Third baseman, number 19, Brian Bastillo. Bastillo, who grounded into a 1-6-3 double play in the first inning, is average now at .280 on the year. And pitches outside. Two 2-0 to Bastillo. Bastillo in his highest spot in the lineup this year, batting second. That's a called strike. Ground ball, again towards Rodriguez, who's been busy so far, and he throw to first is in time. And I'll bring up Andrew Rivera. Left fielder number 1, Andrew Rivera. Rivera grounded out to second base in the first inning, trying to keep alive an active 7-game hitting streak. Second highest on the team this year. And swing and a miss. Longest streak was by Ryan Winters, who was out of the lineup today after suffering a ankle bruise in a slide into second base last week, and he should return. He is day to day. Hope to see him in time for this weekend's doubleheader against Rutgers Newark, which will be the next time that we bring you live action here on the Garrity or on the Green and Gold Network. The game is not at the Garrity Complex; it's at Riverfront Stadium, but we are covering that game to help out Rutgers Newark, so we will bring you the live action. Off the plate. And it's 1-2. Our next broadcast of any action will be on Thursday, weather permitting, when the NJCU softball team takes on St. Joe's of Long Island in a doubleheader. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Rivera, and a belt-high fastball that he could not just let go. That was a pitch you have to swing at. And he goes down looking. Second strikeout victim for Marte. And the Gothic Knights go in order in the third. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We're tied at 1 as we head to the 4th inning. So Carvalho will lead off here for John Jay in the 4th inning. We're knotted at 1-1. Carvalho singled with 1 out in the 2nd inning before he was stranded at second base. 1 run, 7 hits, 2 errors for John Jay. 1-1 and 1 for the Knights. The 1-0 pitch is called strike on the slider. Marco with a fastball, changeup, slider repertoire. Hit in the air, shallow left center. Martucci goes out, but Patterson calls him off and makes the catch in straightaway center. 1 out, and that will bring up the right fielder, number 21, Justin Martinez. Martinez, who walked in the 2nd inning, is hitting .227 on the year. This is his 6th start and his 11th game played, and he swings and misses at strike 1. Beautiful day for baseball. Sunny skies, that's high. It's a little cool. It's about 48 degrees at game time today, but not much of a wind, not like Sunday when it was just bitterly cold. It's 55 degrees, but with a really brisk wind that made it feel probably 15 degrees cooler. The 9 a.m. start yesterday, or Sunday I should say, was the earliest recorded start for a home game in program history. That's fouled off right in front of us. It's 2-2. The day before we started at 10 a.m. that had matched the previous early start from what we could find back in the late 80s. Ground ball back to the mound, snared by Markle. He'll run the first and flip it over to Weinstein on about a 20-foot throw as he ran halfway to the bag. Great play by Markle, who's made a couple of nice defensive plays today, and that will bring up, for the first time, center fielder number 29, Leo Espinal. Espinal batting for the first time in place of Kimmel, who struck out and did not look very comfortable at the plate. And he looks at strike one. In the air, foul down the left field line. Espinal is 2 for 22 on the year. He is batting .091. Although he does have 3 RBIs. No balls and 1 strike. 2 strikes, I should say. Swing and a miss. The throw down the first as Cassiano throws to Weinstein to complete the 2-3 putout after the strikeout. First strikeout since the second inning for Markle, second overall in the game. And John Jay, for the first time, is retired 1-2-3. Fourth inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Quick moving non-conference game. Not at 1. top of the 5th inning, and the leadoff hitter, Arias, will be the leadoff batter. Shortstop number 1, Yanni Arias. The 1, 2, 3 batters, Arias, Barillos, and McKenna, due up for John Jay. John Jay has 7 hits. The Gothic Knights just 3, but NJCU has managed a 2-1 lead on a pair of singles by Matt Wagner. And a first pitch in the dirt. So Wagner, the Rookie of the Week in the league, came in with 4 RBIs. And he already has 2 today. That's a called strike, 1-1. And that's a base hit to left field. Falls in front of Rivera, who fields on a 1 hop. That is the 4th time in 5 innings today that Markle has allowed an infield or a leadoff single, twice an infield single, 8th hit overall. And John Jay once again threatens as we bat here in the 5th. They throw back to first, and Arias is in standing. Now batting is the left fielder, Ronald Barillas. Left fielder number 37, Ronald Barillas. Barillas 0 for 2 today, popped up to short, flew out to deep left. Throw back to first. Once again, Arias is in standing. Showing bunt, and it's going to stay fair. Cassiano claiming that the ball was kicked by Barillas as it went down the line, and there'll be no throw here. Jerry Smith out to have a conversation with home plate umpire, only umpire, Harold Soroka. They're saying that he did not touch it. So a first pitch infield bunt. Barillas advances, and that will bring up McKenna. Throw back to second base, not in time. Again, no umpire there today to make the call. Do you see it, Buff? Inside to McKenna, throw back to short, and Arias once again in standing. Two 2-1 NJCU here in the top of the 5th. That's inside. It's 2-1. Now Markle, again making his first career start, has already gone the longest he has in his career. The previous, or actually that is incorrect. He went 4 2/3 innings in relief when he picked up the win against Leslie on March 13th. That is high, and it's 3-0. He's only gone 4 innings here as he's pitching in the bottom of the 5th. So he's 2 outs shy of his career long. And now he's starting to be a little more inconsistent. You'll wonder how long he can go. As a strike with the slider. Only thrown 57 pitches, but when you're not used to starting, that is a large number. Gothic Knights already down 2 pitchers on the year due to injuries. In the air, foul. And the count goes full, 3-2. Barillas at first, Arias at second. each singled. Nobody out here in the bottom of the top of the fifth inning with NJCU leading Game 6 of a 6-game homestand. It's 2-1. A single here could tie it. The throw back to second base is into center field, but Patterson backs it up. Barillas had already broken towards second base, but Arias couldn't go anywhere. There is smoke billowing from Society Hill, which is the housing complex behind the Garrity complex where Roosevelt Stadium once stood. Shallow right field, but Wagner is right there. He was playing that ball probably about third of the way deep. And had an easy play there, so after a 3-0 count, McKenna cannot capitalize. And there's one away. Catcher number 15, Nestor Amarante. Amarante bats now. The cleanup hitter is 1 for 2 with a single. Hit in the air, center field. Patterson will have a play. We might have a chance for a double play. The throw to second base. And Arias, who had been all the way to third base, running on the pitch, slides in feet first just in the nick of time. And there's now 2 away. Second baseman number 12, Rafael Rodriguez. So John Jay caught a break there as the ball hung up for a while and allowed Arias to return to the bag safely. 2 away now, and Rodriguez is 1 for 2 with a single and a pop up to second base. Markle continues to pay close attention to the runners. And home plate umpire Hal Taroka, doing the job of 2 men today, calls time. Arias took off to second base. Just got a little cardio. Markle looks in. He's now matched his career long with 4.2 innings of work. Throw back to second base. And Kevin DeMara with the swipe knocked off the helmet of Yanni Arias. And that is why you wear a helmet on the base paths. Still waiting the first pitch to Rodriguez as Markle's been paying attention to Arias at second. There he goes. Swing and a miss. The throw to third is wide of the bag. And stealing third was Arias, and with him stealing third, Barillas advances second. So it's a double steal. No balls and 1 strike. Now a pair of runners in scoring position for the Bloodhounds. That's fouled off the end of the bat. And it's 0-2, and Markle's a strike away from getting out of another jam. John Jay has stranded 5, NJCU 3, as we bat here in the top of the 5th inning. Game is nearly halfway over. Starting at 3:40 p.m. Been at just an hour and 11 minutes old. In the air, right center field. Patterson will call off Wagner and makes the catch, and Zach Markle once again gets the job done, leaving 2 men on. In the 5th inning for John Jay, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for John Jay. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. NJCU still leading 2-1. And Pete Vincent actually just made a great call there. There's clearly a fire in the Society Hill complex, and with Route 440 basically shut down and full of traffic right now, if that is a serious situation, I don't know how emergency personnel is going to be able to get there quickly. And you can see right now, I'm going to ask Margie to get a shot of that. We'll be right back. And there you see the fire behind Society Hill. Good job by Margie Alfano to get that shot. As we go back to game action, leading off, second baseman number 20, Kevin DeMoro. Shows bunt, and it's going to be a foul ball as it hit him coming out of the box. DeMoro grounded out to the pitcher in the second inning. His average has dipped to 182. No balls and one strike. That is low. Ira Thor with you here in the Garrity Complex in Jersey City with Margie Alfano of the women's soccer team, a media arts major, on camera for us today. DeMoro swings and a miss out in front of that changeup. And it's 1-2. Gothic Knights have just 3 hits. John Jay has 9, but Bloodhounds have left 7 batters on base. And NJCU clutching a 2-1 lead. John Jay's lost their last 4, 11-2 to St. Joe's in New York, 9-5 to Mount St. Mary's, which is a team that NJCU has already knocked off this year, 10-8. And they lost twice to Baruch, 5-0 and 8-5. That pitch is high. NJCU will play Baruch at home on April 17th. They also played Rutgers Camden, who NJCU will play, obviously a member of the NJAC. That's fouled off to our right. And the other common opponent coming up on the schedule for both teams, tomorrow John Jay will play William Patterson in Wayne at 3:30 p.m. And then the Gothic Knights will play William Patterson next week. Ground ball, shortstop. Arias cannot get it on the hop. Tried to glove it as both he and Carvalho went for the ball. The error on Arias, the third of the game against the Bloodhounds, and DeMoro reaches to lead us off here in the 5th. Shortstop number 10, Michael Martucci. Trouble when there's a fire in a place like Society Hill. The units are all attached. First pitch is low. Martucci's hitting .344. 0 for 2 today. Reached on air. He also grounded out to second base. Line drive. Past Arias for a base hit. DeMoro around second. He goes to third. He threw to third. Not in time. And advancing to second on the throw is Michael Martucci. His first hit of the game. 4th hit for NJCU. And the Gothic Knights, with nobody out, have runners at second and third. Third baseman number 19, Brian Bastillo. Castillo is 0 for 2, grounded into a double play. He also grounded out to second base. Ground ball to third. Carvalho looks back to Morrow. He threw to first for the sure out, one away. With one out, left fielder, number 1, Andrew Rivera. Rivera leads the club with 14 RBIs. Has a chance to knock in a pair here. That's high and over his head. We apologize for anything you might hear in the background in the press box, as we have some clowns on hand today. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rivera swings and misses at the pitch off the plate, and it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Martucci, who singled, standing at second base. Tomorrow reached on error, is at third. 3 errors so far on the Bloodhounds. And Rivera rips it towards first, but snared out of the air by the first baseman. Montañez made a great play to save 2 runs. First baseman number 24, Alex Weinstein. And the first pitch to Weinstein, who is 0 for 2 today, reached on error. He did score the first run. He also grounded out to third. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs. That's a strike. Weinstein and Rob Roman tied for second on the team with 10 RBIs behind Rivera, who just was robbed of a 2-base hit and 2 RBIs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 70 pitches thrown so far by Marte in his second start of the year for the Bloodhounds. John Jay has already played 21 games, and we're not even through the end of March. That's inside. This is, of course, game 22. You're allowed to play 40 games in Division III during the regular season. John Jay, despite being 4-17 on the year, though, is 2-2 in conference play, and has won the Cooney before. That's outside. Ball 4. And Weinstein walks to load the bases for the designated hitter, number 11, Rob Roman. So Rob Roman, I mentioned just a moment ago, with 10 RBIs, second on the club. We say goodbye to our assistant, Katie Beckman, on her way to a tremendous graduate school class tonight, and she gets to sit through the traffic. Pete Vince will now join us on the scoreboard, so we don't have to hear any comments from him on the mic. And we have a base umpire as Rob Roman fouls the first pitch off. So Joe DiCrescenzo battles the traffic and wins, and he gets here just in time for a bases loaded 2-out situation for Rob Roman. As a called strike. And it's 0-2. What a day here in Jersey City with the shutdown of Route 440, a main artery on the west side of the city. Traffic nightmare. No balls, 2 strikes. Roman with the bases loaded. Ground ball over the head of the pitcher, but Rodriguez, that's not a good throw at all, but dug out by Montañez, and the inning does come to a close. Rodriguez made it a little more interesting than it needed to be. NJCU strands 3. They've now left 6 in the game. It's 2-1 as we head to the 6th. 5th inning for NJCU. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 3 left on base. We head to the 6th inning. It's 2-1. Leading off, first baseman, number 3, Eddie Montañez. Top of the 6th inning, 2-1 in JCU. John Jay to face Zach Markle, who's pitching in the 6th inning now for the first time in his career. And the first pitch to Montañez, fouled away. Montañez batting for the 3rd time. He's responsible for the only RBI, which came in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 2. Actually, correction, he is 1 for 1 as we officially awarded him a sacrifice bunt in his first at-bat. 65 pitches thrown by Markle, 45 for strikes in his first career start, the 1-1 count. In the air, left field, Rivera comes in, and he will not get there in time as it drops in front of him for a base hit. And now for the 5th time in 6 innings, John Jay has led off with a single. Third baseman, number 26, Hugo Carvalho. Hugo Carvalho, a freshman, 5'10", from East Elmhurst, New York, shows bunt. Weinstein will make the throw to DeMoro covering. He initially thought about tagging the runner himself, looked a second, realized there was no play there, and then flipped it to DeMoro. So Carvalho with the sacrifice bunt, the 2nd sacrifice of the game for John Jay. And now Martinez, the right fielder, will be due up, and he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Right fielder number 21, Justin Martinez. A crowd of starting to pick up a little bit on the third base side, the home side. Probably about 30 fans. I don't know how they got here, but they did. Swing and a miss, foul tip. I can't give you guys headsets. The FCC will kick us off the air. Throw by Markle over the head of Martucci, but Patterson again backs that up. other side of the box when I asked how they got in here. Somebody said, I think it was Anne-Marie, or trainer said they flew in here and boy, are their arms tired. Tell a corny joke, it gets repeated on air. In the air, wide of third base, but Castillo ran out of real estate and it goes foul. Good job by Margie Alfano showing where that ball landed, just out of the reach of Castillo. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second base. NJCU leading 2-1. Same spot, Castillo coming in quickly. This time it's going to curl into the NJCU dugout. So 3 straight foul balls. The 0-2 pitch by Markle. And again fouled off. This chopped on the ground. So we'll do it again. Quite a battle between Martinez and Markle. The Zach attack. Throw back to second. And sliding safely is Montañez. No balls, 2 strikes. Markle deals. Popped in the air, foul. This time Basilio doesn't even attempt it. He's had enough. The pitch in the dirt. Cassiano blocks it. Just the first ball of this at bat. After 6 pitches. One ball, 2 strikes. Hit in the air, deep left field, but Rivera backs up and makes the catch. It wasn't as deep as we initially thought it would be. Coming off the bat, it looked like it was well driven. So Martinez flies out for out number 2, and that will bring up center fielder number 29, Leo Espinal. Espinal struck swinging in relief of Owen Kemp, who also started the game in the 9th spot in the lineup and also struck out swinging. That's low, blocked by Cassiano. And it's 1-0. Markle has fan 2 in this game, both the number 9 hitters for John Jay. NJCU is 7-7, trying to move above 500 on the year. John Jay coming in at 4-17. That's low. Again, Cassiano in the dirt prevented it from going by him. And it's 2-0. You know, among the close games John Jay has been in, they've also taken a really tough loss, 31-0 at Ramapo on March 13th, and Ramapo currently a top-ranked team in the country at 18th and 21st in a pair of polls. I voted Ramapo 9th in the country in the D3 baseball, winning games and beating some really quality, beating 4 national ranked teams already. Rowan and Kane also both nationally ranked and both in my national polls right now. Markle deals. That's a slider right over the middle of the plate for strike one. I had Kane second in my poll and Rowan 11th. Rowan is ranked 11th. Kane is ranked 4th. Foul tip, and it's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th inning in Jersey City on March 27th, 2012. NJCU striving for their 8th win of the season. Zach Markle deals. Ground ball foul. Gothic Knights clutching a 1-run lead in a game they have to win. They're expected to win. The pitch. That's hit in the air, foul. This time Steele might have a chance. Nope, it sails out of play, and there you see the shadow of Brian Bastille as he walks back to third base as the sun is high in the sky right now. Probably about an hour and a half of daylight to go as we bat here in the 6th. And another 3-2 pitch coming by Markle. And that's high for ball 4. So an 8-pitch at bat results in a walk. And here comes Nick Cesar, NJCU pitching coach, and along with Mike Cassiano and Alex Weinstein have a conversation on the mound with Zach Markle as the rest of the infield comes in. Mike Martucci, Brian Bastillo, Kevin Zamara from second base. Now up, the shortstop, number 1, Gianni Arias. Arias, the number 1 hitter in the lineup, has 2 of their 10 hits, 2 singles, and he also grounded out 1-3. John Jay has 10 hits. They're all singles. 2 singles in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and 1 here in the 6th. John Jay's only inning going down 1-2-3 was the 4th. Markle takes a deep breath. Looking for his 2nd win of the year, 2nd of his career. Transfer from Richard Stockton, made 11 appearances as a freshman last year. Arias at the plate now, trying to make this a deadlocked ball game. They throw to first, and in safe is Espinal, as we now have a field umpire to make those calls. And a pitch by Markle is a strike. Fouled off right at me. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh-2 pitch, and it hit him on the left ankle. And Markle has hit Arias, and the bases are loaded. Left fielder number 37, Ronald Barillas. So Barillas comes up with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and Arias reaches base for the 3rd time today, the painful way. as he's still hobbling over at first base. That's going to hurt. And the slider is called strike. In the dirt, blocked by Cassiano. That's high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Time called by Barulos. Popped up near first, and DeMoro calls off Weinstein, and once again, Markle was able to get out of trouble here, leaving the bases loaded. Now 10 left on base. So Barillos pops up to the second baseman, just to the left of first. Arias, Espinal, Montañez all stranded on base, and we've played 5.5 here in Jersey City. NJCU leading 2-1. So Patterson will be due up here, followed by Wagner and Capsiano, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Shows bunt, drops one. Carvalho fields it. The throw is not in time as Michael Patterson, with blazing speed, reaches on the infield bunt. So with nobody out and 1 on, that will bring up right fielder number 32, Matt Wagner. Wagner's 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. He's accounted for both of NJCU's runs today with his bat, and his average is now up to 407, and he only trails Ryan Winters. Winters hitting 444, but he's sitting on the desk here in the press box. Out of action today. And that is low. And it's 1 ball, no strike. There goes Patterson. Ground ball. Arias, the throw to first, in time to retire Wagner for the first time today, but Patterson, moving on contact, avoids a potential double play. Catcher number 41, Mike Cassiano. Pinch hitting for the Knights, number 15, Pete Senizin. Pete Senizin will pinch hit for Mike Cassiano here with a runner at second base. So Senizin hitting .211 on the year. He has 1 RBI, 4 for 19 with 3 runs. Transfer from Middlesex County College. And that's low. It's 1-0. Marte had 17.2 innings coming in this year, now in his 6th inning of work. That's low. It's 2-0. Senizin will be followed by DeMoro. Wouldn't be surprised to see DeMoro come in and pitch a few innings here today. There goes Patterson. The throw to third is not in time. Stolen base by Patterson. The pitch was low, and it's now 3-0 to Senizin. For Michael Patterson, that is his 5th stolen base of the season in 6 chances. 1 out. Patterson at third. Senizin looks at a called strike. It's 3-1. Three-one count. Ground ball. Nice grab by the first baseman, who does not have a play at home. Martinez instead, I should say Montañez, steps on first to retire Senizin, but it's an RBI ground out. Senizin gets the job done. And NJCU leads 3-1. Second baseman number 20, Kevin DeMoro. So DeMoro, 0 for 2 today, reached on an error in the 5th inning, comes to the plate. The Gothic Knights leading 3-1. Drops down a bunt, fouled away. 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Knights. 1 run, 10 hits, 3 errors for the Bloodhounds. One thing's for sure, we will not have another 26-21 game this year. That's fouled off the handle of the bat, and it's 0-2. Pitch is low. It's 1-2. That's outside. It's 2-2. And it's popped in the air. Shallow center field. Drifting now over to right center. Second baseman Rodriguez makes the catch. And the inning comes to a close, but the Gothic Knights on 1 run and 1 hit have expanded the lead. It's 3-1 as we head to the 7th. Designated hitter number 2, Brian McKenna. Brian McKenna due up here in the 7th inning as we announce him to the sparse crowd. McKenna is 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a run scored. He scored the only run for the Bloodhounds. New pitcher for the Gothic Knights is Orlando Bolano. New catcher is Travis Haber. That's fouled off the end of the bat, and it's 1-1. Bolano on the year, this is his 5th appearance, all in relief. He's 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. 4 innings pitched. He has struck out 6, walked 4, has an opposing batting average of 125. He's allowed 2 earned runs and 2 hits in 4 innings. Fouled off the handle of the bat, it looks like. And it's 1-2. Bolano had a 0.00 ERA before allowing a pair of runs during Saturday's action against St. Joe's of Maine. It looks like McKenna might have gotten a piece of that with his finger and as that ball hit the handle. Curveball is just wide, and it's 2-2. Bolano, along with Catino and DeMaro, the 3 pitchers on the staff, they basically have a strikeout ratio, that's ball 3, that exceeds or is equivalent to the number of innings pitched. Basically, the strikeouts per innings pitched. If you're anywhere around 9 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched, it shows your ability as a pitcher. And Bolano rings up McKenna, strike 3, and animated Harold Soroka, the home plate umpire, punches out McKenna. And that will bring up catcher number 15, Nestor Amarante. Amarante is 1 for 3. Ground ball through the right side. He is now 2 for 4. So a single through the right side, a 1-out base hit And John Jay with a runner on brings up a pinch hitter for Rodriguez. Pinch hitting for the Bloodhounds, number 10, Cosme Munoz. Cosme Munoz, a 5'10" junior from Brooklyn, New York, will pinch hit. Hits in the air, straight away center, now curving into left center, and Patterson underneath it. Now 2 away. First baseman number 3, Eddie Montañez. Montañez with 2 outs and a runner at first is 2 for 2. 2 singles, that's fouled away to our right. 1 RBI and a sacrifice. Pitch by Bolano, fastball at the knees on the outside corner of the, part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or actually, no balls and 2 strikes. First pitch was fouled away, so it's 0-2. And home plate umpire House Roca calls time. And JCU is 2-4 at home this year. They've played 4 games against nationally ranked teams. It's in the dirt, gets by Haber, bounces over his head off of the screen, and backed up by Bolano because Haber had no idea where that ball was. That bounced about 3 feet in front of the plate. Advancing on the wild pitch, Amarante. Bolano's 3rd wild pitch of the season. One-two pitch by Bolano. Swing and a miss. Haber will throw down the first to complete it. Second strikeout this inning for Bolano. Bolano now upping his numbers on the year. He has 8 strikeouts in 5 innings of work, and the 7th inning comes to a close. No runs, 1 hit. Runner stranded at second base. Now 11 left on by John Jay. 7th inning stretch time here in Jersey City. Gothic Knights lead 3-1. Martucci leads off for the Gothic Knights. And looks at strike one from the pitcher, Mark Marte, who's thrown 88 pitches. One, two, three batters due up for NJCU. And it's 1-1. I'm already planning out alternate routes to get home today with this 4:40 shutdown. Ground ball up the middle. That is a base hit for Michael Martucci. His second straight inning, or second straight plate appearance, easy for me to say, with a single. He is now 2 for 4 today, and with nobody out, that will bring up pinch hitting for Brian Bastillo is number 12, Stefan Segan. So Segan will pinch hit for Bastillo, who was 0 for 3 and grounded out 3 times, including 1 double play. Segan hitting 105. Freshman out of North Bergen, trying to get the bat going. There goes Martucci, and the catcher will just hold on to it as he bobbled it initially. Amarante will not make a throw. Second stolen base of the game for the Gothic Knights. 10th of the year for Martucci in 11 tries. And don't be surprised if Martucci also steals third. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1 as the third baseman, Hugo Carvalho, is playing well up in front of the bag. And that's it. Over to leaping second baseman for a base hit for Segan. Rounding third and coming home is Martucci. It's an RBI single for Stefan Segan, and NJCU has taken a 4-1 lead. And for Segan, that is his first career RBI. So Jerry Smith punching the right buttons there as Segan comes through with a pinch hit, his first career run driven in. And NJCU's lead has swelled now to 4-1. Dan Palumbo, head coach and athletic director at John Jay, out to have a conversation with Marte. Now up the left fielder, number 1, Andrew Rivera. Coach Palumbo and I are served together on the ECAC Division III Baseball Committee. Coach Palumbo represents the Cooney, I represent the NJAC. Rivera drops down a bunt. It is foul, trying to sacrifice Segan. Pete Vinson, our site supervisor, will be moving to College Street. Have a very short commute coming up. He'll be moving about a block from the gym, and what he doesn't know is any of these really late nights during basketball season, instead of driving all the way back down to Howell, New Jersey, I'll be knocking on his door. In the air, center field, backing up is Espinal, and he makes the catch. Rivera hit it well, but right at the center fielder. First baseman number 24, Alex Weinstein. Weinstein due up and chopped right at the third baseman. They throw to second for 1, but Muniz is unable to make the throw in time, but I think they're going to say he was out in interference. So we're going to get the official call, but the inning comes to a close. Gothic Knights bring home one and lead 4-1. Stefan Segan remains in the game. And we're now sent to the crowd. Remaining in the game and playing third base, number 12, Stefan Segan. So Segan, who came through with his first career RBI before being called out officially, as I checked with the home plate umpire, Howard Soroki, he's called out for interference. And Carvalho will lead off. And first pitch by Bolano is in the dirt. Third baseman, number 26, Hugo Carvalho. Carvalho, who started that 5-4-3 double play, which was aided by the interference call. He is 1 for 3 today. Actually, he's 1 for 2, as we're going to credit a sacrifice bunt on one of the groundouts that's fouled away. When I spoke to home plate umpire Harold Soroki, he said that Segan, on his slide, didn't even make an attempt to touch the bag. He just completely went out of base path. That makes it an easy call for the field umpire, Joseph D. Crescenzo, who has showed up after being stuck in traffic. Two-two pitch by Bolano. And that's lined right softly at Demaro, who makes the catch for the first out. And after the Bloodhounds singled to start off the first 6 innings 5 times, now Bolano's retired the first batter he has faced twice. And that'll bring up the right fielder, number 21, Justin Martinez. And first pitch Martinez here in the top of the 8th inning. That's in the dirt. Rolls away from Travis Haber, who's getting a lot of action lately with Ryan Winters out of the lineup because he's old. I was thinking the exact same thing, Pete. That's 3-0. Pete Vincent was saying to me about the Tim Duncan sit-out the other day. Tim Duncan got the day off, and his head coach listed the reason as being old. Obviously playing a 66-game condensed NBA schedule when you're Tim Duncan and you're 49 years old, you need a day off now and then. Former Wake Forest star in the 1960s. That's ball 4. I think he is 39 years old. 30. Actually, I'm sorry. Jason Kidd is 39. That's the one who's the old former All-Star. Martinez walks, and that will bring up center fielder number 29, Leo Espinal. Yeah, Duncan played, I believe, 97 or 98 was his senior year at Wake Forest. The last time the Demon Deacons were relevant other than Chris Paul's sophomore year. Grant Hill did not play for Wake Forest. He played for the better team in North Carolina. Ground ball. It's going to dribble foul. One ball, one strike. I'm thinking then, if Duncan was a senior in 97, that's a ground ball. Segan bobbles it, recovers, the throw is in time. Martinez moves to second with 2 outs. That will bring up shortstop number 1, Yanni Arias. So Duncan's 2 years ahead of me. I'm 35, so he's got to be 37. Jason Kidd is 39. Arias, the leadoff hitter in the lineup, is 1 for 3. He was also hit by a pitch. Nearly hit by a pitch there as well. He had to duck to get out of the way of that one. Bolano's thrown 26 pitches now in his second inning in relief of Zach Markle. In the air, right field, drifting towards the line. Wagner calls off tomorrow and running towards the line. Makes the catch. And the inning comes to a close. After a walk with 1 out, Bolano retires the next 2 batters, and John Jay fails to score here in the 8th inning, and they'll have just 3 outs to try to make up a 3-run deficit. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. We head to the bottom of the 8th as Margie Alfano turns the camera upside down, and sorry about that, folks. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 8th inning for the Gothic Knights. See if they can build upon a 4-1 lead with Roman Patterson and Wagner due up. They are 5, 6, and 7 hitters. They'll be facing a new pitcher, sophomore right-hander Corey Harper out of Woodhaven, New York. And first pitch is fouled away. Markle, if he wins, will improve to 2-1 on the year. Marte would fall to 0-2. Corey Harper is 0-2. This is his fourth appearance. He has started twice. He has a 12.86 ERA in 7 innings. He's allowed 10 hits, 10 earned runs, 12 overall, with 3 strikeouts and 6 walks. That's fouled away. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rob Roman, hitting .318 on the year. He's 0 for 3 today, with a strikeout and a pair of ground balls after entering action, hitting .341. One ball, 2 strikes. Harper, that's chin high. Two balls, 2 strikes. That's in the dirt. Three-two pitch. That's hit in the air. Straight away, center field. Espinal makes the catch. So 1 away. Now we'll bring up the center fielder, number 28, Michael Patterson. Patterson having a nice day. He's 2 for 2, a double, a single, and a walk. He has scored twice, and he's stolen a base. Patterson's showing bunt. It's called strike. I don't know whose picture, if the Gothic Knights hold on and win this game, do we put Markle up? First career start. Just 1 run. Do we put up Patterson? Do we put up a picture of Ryan Winters and say, get well soon? And it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. We could put up a picture of Michael Kelly and say, see you next year. And that's going to be a base hit, a 3-for-3 day for Michael Patterson, singling to the left side. And for Michael Patterson, he has now got 18 hits on the season. That's 3rd most on the team. Right fielder, number 32, Matt Wagner. So Wagner comes to the plate, and Wagner is having a nice day. He's got a pair of RBIs, a pair of singles. He's 2 for 3. Wagner asked for time. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Gothic Knights have 8 hits. John Jay's out hit them 11-8, but NJCU has a 4-1 margin. Ground ball could be 2. Munez tags the runner, throw to first, and the inning comes to a close on the 4-4-3 double play. And NJCU is hitting the 3 double plays today. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We head to the 9th inning, and NJCU trying to complete this one. Orlando Bolano will come on for try to complete a 3-inning save. Now we head to the ninth inning, and Orlando Bolano, trying for his first save as a Gothic Knight, will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Barillas, McKenna, and Morante. Leading off for John Jay, the left fielder, number 37, Ronald Barillas. Barillas is 1 for 4. He's flown out 3 times. He's also singled once. And the first pitch by Bolano is a called strike. Only save on the year this year is Wendell Rodriguez, a starter who came in for an inning against Mount St. Mary. First pitch is going to be a base hit to right center, and it's rolling past the fielders. Wagner with a fake throw. Instead, it's Patterson who threw it in, and the leadoff double by Barillas. So doubles into the gap between Wagner and Patterson, and that will bring up the designated hitter, number 2, Brian McKenna. McKenna, as you can probably hear the bloodhounds starting to bark to my right. McKenna is 2 for 4 today. He struck out looking in the last inning. First pitch is a ball. He runs into trouble here, Bolano. Demoro at second base likely would come in to close out the game. Designated closer for NJCU. That's a called strike, 1-1. That was the first extra base hit after 11 straight singles for John Jay. Throw back to second base, and back in safely is Barillas. One ball and 1 strike. Bolano steps off again. Close to a balk there. Curveball on the inside corner. 1-2. Orlando Bolano in his first year, the junior utility player, 5'9", 192 pounds, out of Hoboken, New Jersey. He's 1-0 in the year. This is his 5th appearance. Foul tip. McKenna stays alive. 33 pitches in relief by Bolano, 20 for strikes. Great ratio. Another foul off by McKenna. And he hit him in the back. And we're likely going to see a visit here from head coach Jerry Smith. I believe he's going to make a pitching change. Here comes head coach Jerry Smith. And that's going to be it for Bolano. And as we said, Demaro will come in to try to close out this game after winning his first career game on Sunday. He'll try for his first save. Juan Cruz will come to the game to play second base. Now pitching for the Gothic Knights, moving over from second base, is number 20, Kevin DeMauro. Entering the game to play second, number 21, Juan Cruz. So Bolano had a chance for the save, but wasn't able to finish it off. Gothic Knights will lose the DH here, as Cruz comes in the 5 spot for Roman to play second. DeMauro moves from second to pitcher. And those are our changes. Here is Kevin DeMauro needs 2 outs, or correction, 3 outs for his first save. There are 2 men on. He is not allowed an earned run this year. 8.2 innings. He has allowed 8 hits. 4 runs are scored against him, but they're all unearned. 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. This is his 7th appearance. Opponents have a .250 batting average against him. And with Route 440 still shut down, I guess I'm going to be driving home through Bayonne tonight. The catcher, number 15, Nestor Amarante. Normally, it's faster for me to drive 1 and 9 truck route and hop on at 15E. But tonight we'll go the other way. Kevin DeMauro needs 3 outs to give NJCU its 8th win of the year after winning just 10 a year ago. First pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strike. Amarante with runners at first and second. DeMauro steps off. Amarante in today's game is 2 for 4 with a pair of singles. And Travis Haber will come out and have a conversation with Kevin DeMauro, go over the signs. That's a fastball by DeMauro. And it's 1-1. That's low, 2-1. And it's 3-1, and DeMauro is a ball here away from loading the bases with Amarante representing the tying run. And that is ball 4, and the bases are full of bloodhounds. The second baseman, number 10, Cosme Munoz. Now no margin for error. Munoz representing the tying run. They're going to have a pinch runner at first base for Amarante, the catcher. Pinch running for the Bloodhounds is number 51, Eric Pratt, at first base. And first pitch by tomorrow is low. It's 1-0. Has a fastball by tomorrow. 1-1. Thrown 7 pitches so far. Tomorrow has only 2 for strikes. Has a strike with the curveball on the inside corner to the left-handed hitting Munoz. Hung that one up long enough. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball. Martucci flips to Cruz. On to first. Is wide of the bag. That's going to bring home a run on the throwing error, and it's going to become a 1-run game. Munoz gets credit for the RBI, bringing home Barillas on the fielder's choice. Prats is retired 6-4. McKenna scored from second base on the E4 throwing error. One RBI, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. First baseman, number 3, Eddie Montañez. Montañez with the tying run at first. And that's a called strike. 1 away. Both those runs are charged to Bolano. Throw back to first, and back in safely is Munoz. That's a strike. And it's 0-2 with 1 out. John Jay with 2 runs home here in the 9th. A double, a hit by pitch. DeMar came in, walked the batter, then got the force out at second. The Knights loaded the bases against St. Joe's on Sunday before DeMar got the last batter of the game looking. That's low. It's 1-2. Montañez represents the go-ahead run. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for NJCU, 3 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for the Bloodhounds. Ground ball to second, could be 2. Cruz tags the runner, throws to first, ball game over. Chalk up the W for the Gothic Knights. NJCU, Loyola University here in the 9th inning, but a game-ending double play as Cruz makes up for his throwing error. A 4-4-3 GDP. Munoz is tagged out, and the 9th inning comes to a close, and NJCU wins today by a score of 4-3. In the 9th inning for John Jay, 2 runs, 1 hit. There was 1 error, and none left. Our final score today, New Jersey City, 4 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. John Jay, 3 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. With the win, the Gothic Knights improved to 8-7 on the year. John Jay falls to 4-18. The Gothic Knights will be back in action tomorrow at 6 p.m. when they head to the Bronx, New York to take on Lehman College in a non-conference game. The Knights will be away at Drew University on Thursday at 3:30 before opening New Jersey Athletic Conference play on Saturday at 12 noon at Rutgers, Newark at Riverfront Stadium in Newark, New Jersey. We thank you for your attendance at today's game. The next home game for the Gothic Knights will be Thursday, April 5th at 3:30 against William Patterson University. So there you have it as we announce the final line to the crowd. Winning pitcher today, Zach Markle, improves to 2-1 on the year. Mark Marte drops to 0-2, and Kevin DeMauro picks up the save. That is his first of his career after being the winning pitcher on Sunday. Take a look at the final stats in a second here as we wrap it up. John Jay with the loss falls to 4-18, and the Gothic Knights now above 500 yet again to 8-7. Markle 2-1 as we said. Kevin DeMauro with his first save. Marte falls to 0-2 in a game that lasted 2 hours and 31 minutes. Attendance today of 64, which is pretty good considering the bad traffic today in Jersey City with the shutdown of Route 440. Statistically today, for NJCU, the pitching line for Markle, 6 innings. He allowed 10 hits, all singles, but he only allowed 1 run. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks through 90 pitches, the longest outing of his career. Orlando Bolano, 2 innings, 2 runs allowed, 2 strikeouts, a walk. 1 of those runs was earned. Then Kevin DeMauro came in. The inherited runners did score, but he held down the fort, allowed 1 walk, and faced 3 batters in 1 inning. Offensively for NJCU, Michael Patterson was 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Matt Wagner, the Rookie of the Week in the league, was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Michael Martucci, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Those were the big run producers today. Stefan Segan had a pinch hit RBI single as well. And for Patterson, he also had a double, the only extra base hit of the game for the Gothic Knights. For John Jay, 5 players I should say, had multiple hits. McKenna was 2 for 4 with 2 runs. Arias was 2 for 4. Amarante was 2 for 4. And Montañez also 2 for 4. Barillas was 2 for 5 with a run scored and a double. But that'll do it here today in Jersey City as the Gothic Knights improved 8-7. A game that between these schools that last year had 47 combined runs has just 7 today. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Gothic Knights. 3, 12, and 3 for John Jay. NJCU in action tomorrow against Lehman, and then we'll visit Drew University on Thursday before opening their conference slate Saturday against Rutgers Newark. We'll bring you that game right here on the Green and Gold Network. Special thanks today to our videographer, the great Margie Alfano, as we bring you all season long Gothic Knight Baseball live here on the Green and Gold Network. Final score once again, NJCU back above 500. They win 4-3, and they will play tomorrow and Thursday, and then we'll talk to you on Saturday. For everyone at NJCU Athletics, I'm Ira Thor saying thanks so much for watching today's game. NJCU Baseball, Gothic Knights now above 500. With a lot more action coming up. We'll just have to wait and see how far this year's club can go. So we can talk to you again on Saturday. Be well, everybody.